So I'm delighted to be joined by Fran Hird from Ker Downey Botswana, and as we can see, that isn't a virtual background on her Zoom call, that is actually the Botswana bush, which makes me very, very envious. But Fran, tell us, where are you at the moment?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm currently at Shindi. For those of you that may know, we've been rebuilding Shindi during this time, and we've been really, really lucky. We've been able to carry on with the build through the lockdown. So that's where I am. This is a beautiful background at the moment, is the Botswana bush. So that's where I am at the moment, yeah.
Oh, what an ideal place to go into lockdown. And tell us quickly, what's the situation like in Botswana at the moment in terms of lockdown and the ability to kind of move around?
So we did go into a full lockdown where we were required to get permits to go to the shops, or if we needed to see a doctor, things like that. However, we've now come out of lockdown, so there's much more free movement. All the shops are opening and slowly businesses are reopening. Obviously, there's a lot more measures involved, such as taking temperatures and wearing face masks when you're out in public. But there's much more freedom of movement. The only real restrictions we have now is in between the different zones. And we're quite fortunate in Botswana. Our cases are quite low. I think we're sitting at about 40 confirmed cases at the moment, and most of them are down in the capital city or at the borders to Zambia and South Africa. So where we are, it's classified as Ngami land, which is basically Okavango Delta, the Remy Game Reserve, and Noun itself. We haven't had any cases, and we're very, very lucky where we are situated to not really be impacted by that.
God, that's incredibly low, isn't it? When you compare it to, can't compare it to the UK, it's just completely poles apart. But anyway, so during this time, how have you managed to carry on looking after your staff? And also, I know you're really proactive in terms of your CSR, your corporate social responsibility, and your commitments to community and conservation. There's a lot to take on. How have you managed to carry on doing that?
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility. We've got about 185 staff members, and we very, very early on made the commitment that we are going to keep every single one of our staff members, and we followed through with that commitment. And so at the moment, all the camp staff, obviously there's no guests in camp, and that's their main role. So they're all unfortunately at home. They are on reduced salaries, but they have maintained their employment, and hopefully as soon as we can open up again, everybody will be coming back into the camps. So we do have small crews in each camp, caretakers looking after the properties. Obviously, there's a lot of infrastructure, there's a lot of machinery and equipment in each camp. And as we are, we see ourselves as the custodians of the area. So we need to also keep an eye out on those areas. So we're doing patrols daily, where we'd normally have guests going out on game drives or boat excursions. We've now got our staff going out and checking the area. So there's 2 or 3 staff members in each camp, just making sure that that's all been looked after. And then we're rotating them out pretty much on a monthly basis, so they can also be at home and spend some time with their families during this really tough time.
And in terms of, I know that obviously you were planning to be shut, or Shindi was planning to be shut over the majority of this lockdown period anyway, and was due to open. In fact, I hate to say, but I actually was supposed to be literally where you are right now. We were supposed to be out in Botswana, sitting in the Ker Downey Botswana properties. It's actually very painful to do this interview, and you see this amazing backdrop behind you. But Shindi was due to be closed anyway for the renovation. But are you? Have you used this time to make any other kind of changes or renovations or refurbishments to the properties as well?
Yeah, definitely. We all have those to-do lists for when we've got time. Well, we've had time, so we've been quite busy looking after all of the camps. So they're all wooden structures, so it takes a lot of maintenance. So we've been doing that. But some of the key things that we've done, besides Shindi, is we've rebuilt the Kanana sleep out deck. So that's all brand spanking new. We slightly redesigned it. So hopefully I'll be able to get images out of that in the coming weeks. We've also been maintaining decks, so revarnishing everything and giving everything a good spring clean. So yeah, it's been very busy. And here at Shindi, we've been lucky. We we are delayed a little bit. So we were supposed to be opening on the 1st of June, and that's been pushed back a bit. But we'll definitely be open well before we can receive any international guests. So in the next coming weeks, we'll be completing this project here.
And in terms of the post-COVID-19 traveller, what kind of, obviously, all your camps are small, you've got Shindy Enclave, which is exclusive use, and also Footsteps Camp as well, but can you just, for those who are watching and who are having to sell Africa to someone who's looking at it in quite a different way now, why do your camps work well for a post-COVID-19 customer?
Yeah, I strongly feel that we can quite naturally provide social distancing. I mean, we're operating in this kind of outdoor environment. We've got very small properties. You mentioned Shindy Enclave, that takes up just to 6 people, so you book that out on an exclusive basis. We've also got Footsteps that take 6 people, and you can book out for a family or a walking safari. Our vehicle policy is that we put maximum 4 on a vehicle. Everyone has a window seat, so you've got that infamous aisle seat, if you want to call it that, open. And you're outdoors, and we've actually put a health team together to address all of these issues right across the whole business. Obviously, we're responsible for our staff as well, so we have to think about their well-being, and then the guests' well-being and comfort. So we're looking at our dining experience and how we can make that more compliant with social distancing going forward. And also the cleaning procedures that go in place. I mean, running a camp, you obviously have to keep it very clean, but now we need to communicate that more and make that information more available to guests, so that when they're here with us, they're aware of what we're doing and they can feel comfortable. We also have the advantage of Safari Air being our sister company, so we have quite a lot of control over that as well. So really, from when guests arrive into Botswana, we've got input and control on the small aircraft, the air vans and the caravans that are taking guests into the camps. And then obviously within our own camps, we're putting a lot of procedures in place to make sure that the future traveller is comfortable and safe, and also our staff on the ground are protected.
Yeah, that's very important. I think the fact that as soon as they arrive in Maun, they can really feel like they're part of Ker Downey Botswana. I think it's going to be really reassure them that, and make them feel, because they will undoubtedly be nervous, but make them feel more reassured. And as soon as they get to the camps, because obviously none of them are bigger than 8 bedrooms, so it's going to be it's a very, very small personal experience. But yeah. And finally, Fran, what message do you want to send to those people who are hopefully watching this?
Yeah, well, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of our trade partners for their loyal support over the last few months. It's been such a grueling task, processing all of the bookings, either deferring them for travel next year, or indeed having to cancel quite a lot. And we've received such amazing support from our agents and guests that are wanting to travel, and we really appreciate the time and effort that's put into understanding the current situation and wherever possible, postponing travel so that we can keep these safari dreams alive. And yes, they're put on ice a little bit, like you, Anita. You're supposed to be here right now. It's just put on ice. You'll be able to come in the near future. So I just want to say to our agents, thank you, and I want to wish you all the luck going forwards. And I think if we can all work together and support each other, we will come out of this on the other side, and you'll be able to come to Botswana and send your guests to Botswana once more.
Totally. This industry is a very, very strong industry based on very personal friendships as well as working relationships, and I've no doubt that we will bounce back leaner and stronger, and we can't wait to get everyone together and have a good old sundown at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks so much, Fran. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks very much, Anita.